Well, let's get started. Hazard from Us Reviews is here. So let's start up. Let's get on with it. Yeah, I think you knew this was going to come up at some point. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I think you can pretty much tell that I'm going to be giving this a full endorsement. Oh yeah. Oh, the first 2D original 2D Mario game in a long time. The first since the new Super Mario Bros. Series, or if you want to count the phone game, Super Mario Brothers Run, or Super Mario Run, I think it was called. Now, when I first heard about this, I was excited, but also a little bit curious because around the same time we heard about Sonic Superstars, a new 2D platform for the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and this was going. We heard about this and we found that both can be released at the same time. It's Nintendo says it's just coincidence. I'm sure a lot of people say probably not, but with that said. Nintendo went all out with this, with what they said was going to be in it and not, but all the new twists and turns, an attempt to make a new take on the Super Mario Bros. On the classic 2D Mario formula, taking more, I think, inspiration from the Donkey Kong Country series, if you know what I mean. I think, and well, yeah, they knocked it out of the park, big time. And if you want to know how Sonic Superstars has gone, I've not played it. Maybe one day, but I do know it's very split, I should say. Some people like it, some people not. Oh, the split of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. The fans in that will never change. But Super Mario Bros. Wonder, oh Nintendo, you knocked it out of the park. Yep, they definitely did. Um, it in typical Mario formula, it's the same thing. You're basically stopping Bowser, but in a twist, like a unique twist, in a surprise, he doesn't actually kidnap anyone. Um, Mario and his friends have journeyed to the Flower Kingdom, to just to sightsee at the behest of their Prince Florian, who shows them the Wonder Power, which when touching a Wonder Seed sends everything, the whole entire world into a frenzy, creating spectacular many different spectaculars. Bowser, determined to take the power for himself, grabs the Grand Wonder Seed and merges with it along with the prince's castle to become a flying, house-moving castle-esque machine. They flies around the kingdom, terrorizing everyone with Bowser Jr. and Kamek assisting in order to build up the Grand Wonder power to make him rule of the land. So Mario and his friends must all go off to save the day. Yeah, different that he's not actually that Bowser doesn't kidnap anyone, but if you want maybe it would have been better for a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. Those who want a bit more extra substance to it, not really going to get it. But hey, maybe it's for the best he doesn't kidnap anyone this time. I like it because the fact he doesn't kidnap anyone means you can guess that we're going to get more characters to play as. And oh my gosh, I was not expecting the fact we have so many characters. I mean, yeah, of course you got your standards, Mario and Luigi, of course, obviously back. You've got the blue and yellow toads, separate characters, unlike how they were, sort of palette swaps in the New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Toadette is playable again. Nabbit is back. Oh, all right, I love Nabbit in New Super when I played New Super Luigi U. Peach is playable in a 2D game. Daisy is playable. Holy, yeah. Oh, that's even best. Multiple colored Yoshis. Oh my gosh! Just the selection of all these characters, like I love it. And and in many ways they're all similar. The only exceptions being Nabbit, who, as you can guess, is immune to all enemies. And the Yoshis who all can basically control like they do in Yoshi's Island. But uh, it doesn't really matter. These are having all these characters available just gives you so many varieties. You can go into different levels and enjoy each character going through it. In fact, in many ways, I couldn't. When I finally beat Bowser at the end of the game, I decided to play the battle multiple times just to play as the other characters. I didn't care. I just wanted to do it. When you give me variety, I'm willing to exploit it, especially if there's not much difference. To be fair, I this is just great to enjoy. I love when I have multiple characters and I can just switch them out on the fly. You can bet I'm going to do it. And it's also great, and sometimes it's also good to work out certain combinations if you like to prefer different combinations of for each of the characters, like when it comes to the badge system, which I'll talk to you about later. But let's get on. Let's start off with the first thing, the level design. The level themes are sort of on the same regards as the traditional Mario games, but there are some unique variations. I mean, the desert world that isn't the second one you go to. The jungle level's more of a waterfall, based around a waterfall. Um, the the snow levels and the snow level and Skyward are sort of combined, and and some of the other levels are and some other variations like the Firewall is all just a massive bog. Um, Bowser's Bow, Bowser's area is world is basically, I would say, more of a it sort of gives you vibes of his world in Sumo 3D world. Just to be on the comparison, if I'm going to say that, and the beach world is just basically your own hub world. Yeah, cool. But that's just the hub world. The levels, though, are all completely original. Not one level is the same as the other. They're all completely different in layout, different themes, different variations of enemies, different paths to take, different enemies, different power ups to use, and of course you get to the Wonder Seeds, which oh man, when you get to them, they are the highlight. Once you touch a Wonder Seed, you're going to expect something different. You get tame ones like say the pipes moving around, um, up and becoming sentient and moving up and down and all that. To also to other ones as well, where you can become like an enemy like a Goomba or something like that. But then you get some more creative ones, like when you enter a world when you get one sea that transports you, which turns dark, and you basically have to control life as a shadow. You're basically trying to jump, guide certain platforms and avoid enemies in certain areas. When like in one area where you basically become much taller and you have to try and duck under everything and it's easy to get hit. That's pretty fun. And actually, that's the only times where Nabbit and Yoshi actually do take damage. To be honest, there is also the singing piranha plants, which is kind of hilarious, but also kind of fun. King Boo is personally my favorite of the Wonder Effects, where he crashes in and does this whole symphony orchestra as he's trying to chase it down. That is fantastic. Running on the foreground is actually kind of nice when you think about it. When you think about everything, becoming mag well, being able to swim in magma is actually pretty fun. Which you could sort of do in Sumario Odyssey, where you could capture the fireball enemy, but this time you actually play as the regular character swimming in lava. That's fun, and many more. And there are many more too. I don't want to go overboard. I also really enjoy, but with the wonder effects, they're not the only major difference here. Prince Prince Florian tags along with you, and while you don't get to play as him, he gets to access the badges, and all these badges. There are different sort of variations. You've got ones that generate specific power ups for you, some that help you out very subtly, but then you get these more creative ones which add tools to Mario's moveset. Mario and his friends moveset. You can gain an ability and badge to enlarge your hat to basically act like a parachute. You get to you get a badge that activates the triple jump. You can There's a badge that gives Luigi's flutter jump. There's a few others as well, including and my favorite is the spin, is the one when you jump where you can spin up in midair to give yourself an extra boost. That's my some of my favorites. I love all these badges and given a shot. And I like to pick certain badges for each character. It's just so fun to pick and choose which variation you want to do for each character. And then of course we've got new power ups. Now I will say the drill power up is probably the drill mushroom is probably the worst, just because I wouldn't say it's worse, but it's the most situational. You don't really get to use it that much. But the elephant But the elephant mushroom and the bubble flower, yeah, I love them. They're pretty good. The elephant mushroom in particular. The moment you hear the characters go WOWIE ZOWIE, you're going to have a good time with using the elephant, hitting enemies with the trunk and blowing blowing water onto nearby flowers to make them bloom. That's fantastic. Bubble flower is also pretty good. More straight shooter compared to the flower mushroom, but fire flower, but still fun. I love it. Those two are great power ups. With that said, though, we should also address the main elephant in the room when it comes to the voice acting, as this is first game in the Mario series that well, since he basically became de facto voice, that Charles Martinet is voicing Mario or any other character since after he retired in August, which was which I did a video on earlier when I came out. And it wasn't until I think 2 weeks before this game came out that we learned the new voice actor, Kevin Afghani, who apparently has done some voice acting work for Nintendo commercials. So he's probably been secret. Mane's been probably training him, without us knowing about it in preparation for that. And you know what? He actually does a really good job. I completely forgot time. I mean, yeah, I knew, but you know what? He actually matched Martinet pretty well as Mario and Luigi. He definitely has a good, and given he's only 26, he's got, I reckon he'll be voicing Mario and Luigi for a long time. And honestly, I think he's going to do a pretty good job. I think he should do well for Luigi as well. I will, with Wario though, I haven't played the new WarioWare game yet, so let me play that, and until I play it, I won't be so sure of how he does as Wario though. But I'm sure he'll be okay. But Martin isn't the only long-time voice actor being replaced in this. Dana Mustard, who's been the long-time voice of Princess Daisy, has also been replaced. As is surprisingly Kazumi Tataka as Yoshi. Navid's voice actor's also changed, but um, I forget the Japanese actor's name. But with that said, they all do a pretty good job. I mean, Yoshi and Navid, it's easy enough. Navid doesn't really have many sounds to make, and Yoshi's, I think you all know, it's pretty simple. And the new actress for Daisy is also pretty good too. Peach and Bowser's actors are still the same, so that's Kenny James as Bowser and whoever voices Peach nowadays, because there's been about three different actors for Peach at various points since Super Mario 64. Um, I think the only nitpick I will give along the drill flower is definitely, or the drill mushroom. Sorry, got pick a few there, but is the music. There are some good tracks, especially the Piranha Plant songs. Uh, the Piranha Plant medleys when you go through the pull up, when you get the Wonder Flowers where they make the Piranha Plant sing, and some other ones too, like the remix of the Mushroom of Peach's Castle slide in the bonus level, or the bonus mini game, I should say. And I also really get a good kick out of the Ninja's dance level, and King Boo's opera medley is also pretty good. But I wouldn't say there's that many standout music tracks so far in this game. I think as I said, there are a few, but not as much as previous Mario games. But with that said, the number one thing I got to give credit to for this has just breathed a new life into 2D Mario. My goodness, I've only just finished playing complete. I've still got a long way to go with this because I'm trying to get all the standees as well. So I'll get there. I just got to earn enough flower coins to purchase them all, and I should have this game 100% completed. But geez, this game. Oh, play it if you have a Nintendo Switch. Play it, play it, play it. This is just fantastic to see Nintendo give a new life for 2D Mario after pretty much playing it safe mostly for the new Super Mario Bros. Series. This is just basically like if Super Mario Bros. Crossed with Donkey Kong Country Donkey Kong Country's level designs. Oh my goodness, I love it. completely. This gets a 10 out of 10 has stars. Play if you have a Nintendo Switch, big time. It won't. And I definitely say you're gonna have a fun time playing it. It is fantastic. And there's nothing more I can say about that. I just love it. But within, but after talking about video games and video game movies, I think it's worth time I return to just regular movies. Also, return to the MCU. Yeah, my next two videos will be on MCU products. One will be the Marvels, the other will be Loki season 2. So, whatever one I get done first, um, you'll probably expect the other one just a couple of days later. So, yeah, shouldn't be two videos basically. I wouldn't say really back to back, but pretty close to it. For the meantime, Hassel from Massive Users out, and I shall see you for my return to the MCU. Ciao.